Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whatever and wherever you and welcome back to the Beta Plan, doing a video on the setup of the Sunni Roman Empire. Now, two things we need to address right from the start before we dive into this. One, if you don't like to see what I all have done in order to make this work, well, and I won't even show you everything, but what I've done in-game and why things will be a bit different in Europa Universalis 4, and you don't care about that, then don't watch this video. This is just going to be me showing what I did in CK2 and how that transferred to EU4, and then I will talk a little bit about the plans that I have in EU4. If you're like, I will see what happens and I'll let him do his thing, and this video is not for you. Secondly, yes, it is about Europa Universalis 4. I know that we're starting in CK2, but if you're new to the channel and wonder what the Sunni Roman Empire is about, well, I played as the Ottomans in CK2 from the One Province of Ankara. One province we had at the very start. Now, we finished up this series with 90 episodes, but we're going to continue this in Europa Universalis 4, and this is the setup video. So if you have no clue what I'm talking about, then I would say, well, go ahead. Start on watching that series, and then you will have a little bit of a clue. Perhaps just watch a few of them in order to have a clue. And then I will see you in the second episode when we start with Europa Universalis 4 proper. Having said all these things, let's continue. So we ended with this Ottoman Empire. Right? Now, I am going to show you a few things around, then I'm going to show you what I've all done in CK2. So this is our current empire, and I can tell you already that the cultures are going to be a little bit shifted differently. And you see there's Hungarian over here, and here's some Turkish, here's the last province of the Vlach, last province of the Peshnek. You see some remnant Greek and provinces and what have you not. This is going to change a little bit. Same holds for the religion, but a little less so. I modified it a little less. One of the reasons why I changed this is, and it's not for the thing that, oh, then you want less stuff around, so you have to do less conversions. No. In the modified game, in the end, I have changed, given this province to Serbia, Serbian culture, this to Bulgarian culture, this to Croatia, so that Croatians have a continued zone, Serbians have a continued zone, and Bulgarian has a continued zone. I've given stuff back to the Greeks, and I've taken away stuff from the Greeks. In all, I removed added one Serbian, added two Croatian, added one German, added one Bulgarian, added two Greek, added one Armenian, two Georgian, not in my territorial, but in this area, in the last two. And I added 11 Turkish provinces and 4 provinces where I changed it to both Turkish and Sunni. And we lose another 9 provinces, the Italian and Catholic provinces, because the Pope is not our vassal in EU4 when converted. This tributary does not convert as an EU4 province. So all in all, if you calculate this up and down with the and you consider the Pope as a vassal and then as a half score, more or less. Now, then within our own realm, right, we changed 7 provinces and we lose 4.5 provinces from the Pope. That makes 11.5, right? And for ourselves, we add about 11 Turkish provinces and 4 Turkish and Sunni. But we give ourselves provinces like these, and we give Athens, I think we give this area back to Greece, for instance. So we give higher base tax back. All in all, or better to say, development back. All in all, it comes down to more or less the same, but with more continuous lines. I also do something like the same for the Holy Roman Empire because, there is a mess over here. Do you see this single county? Yeah, this belongs to Brandenburg over here. Liège, however, owns this county. Luxembourg. No. But Brabant owns this county. So what I, for instance, will do, and I will show you in a moment, this is an example, and then I will show you the entire map. Luxembourg gets Liège, so Brabant -1. Brabant gains +1, however, by giving Hainaut, and then it is equal. Lost 1, gained 1. Luxembourg has gained 1. and Brandenburg is last one, well then I give Brandenburg, Lunenburg, and voila, all continuous zones. I do this continuous zones also for the major reason that, well, unlike in CK2, in Europa Universalis 4, if you have a country next to you that doesn't like you and doesn't give you access, you can't walk to your other lands. And in CK2 you can do that, and some really very strange inheritance goes on and about. So, you also see, well, a lot of wars that are going on, and I had to cancel all of them. If you want to see, that's over here. Not my direct vassals, hold on. Page number, I always forget which one it is. 11. All these wars are going to be ended. And I will show you what happens with that. For instance, this is going to change. Because he is losing this war incredibly. I have done it that if the war percentage score, you can see here 75% in favor of the Breton Liberation Revolt, the one that has more than 50% wins. If there is no more than 50%, I look at what I would be able to do as a player, or what I expect the AI to do, who should win, and I gave them a win. Having said all that, this is the map. Take a good look. Here we'll change a few things, and we'll change here a lot of things. Here we'll change a few things. Set, culture, and religion will change a little bit, and here we'll change a few things. Oh, and also up in here. All right, you got this map memorized? Good. Then we'll flip to the and here we are, after I fiddled around a little bit in CK2. So let's see what I've done. Let's first focus on, of course, the country that needs to be focused on, the Ottomans. You can see the Mongolish provinces over here have turned to Turkish. I've removed Vlag and Peshnek, which were the only ones left, and I made it a continuous Turkish line where I gave Greek back its west coast. And, gave this to Turkish, but made this Turkish, and I kept this as Greek as well because, well, this man is Greek. I will not take that away, that was silly. I never changed any culture of a province around if the ruler wasn't a thing, unless I changed the ruler for some very, very specific reason. I rarely did that, but what we did is, this is all Turkish. Sunni is more or less already what area was. As I said, I only changed 4 provinces. If I change the culture around, that stay Catholic when need be, but I keep these 3 provinces as Sunni who flipped around, but in principle, this is now our area. This is what we've done with the Ottomans. Bigger changes actually happened, well, let's start with the smaller changes. Ireland. I have given Ireland, I've removed from them the Duchy of Dagobert. You can actually see that because there is a peace treaty. And I've given them some of their southern provinces back. So Ireland now is more of a continuous nation with no weird lines. As said, Britain, the Breton Liberation Revolt, they won, but they're still Frascatelli. Don't worry. Portugal, I gave them a little land. I took a little bit away of, I took 2 provinces away from Castile and gave 1 province to Castile, in order to make Portugal one continuous coastline around here. Lombardy, I gave Lombardy Parma. It kind of needs that in EU4, otherwise it exists out of 2 provinces that are discontinuous, and, well, it was of the Holy Roman Empire, and it was a very weird inheritance and what have you not. Siena has Siena, and I gave it the coast, which actually doesn't do a darn thing, I later found out in EU4, but so that I did this, don't worry about it. I made from every nation, and this is for instance true for Genoa, if they were of a heretic religion, Kafar in this case, I gave them their capital as this proper religion. This was Catholic, I gave them Kafar. Otherwise, they will never ever, they will already have a very low religious unity. But this way they might stick around, and I thought that was nice. Toropets, same thing, I gave their capital Lollard. I didn't actually have already provinces that were Lollard. Down here, here, and here, but yeah, I made their capital Lollard because I thought that was wiser. Unfortunately, he does not have Novgorod as his capital, so when it transferred to EU4, they will not have Novgorodian ideas. Heck, not even Tver or Ryazan, who normally have their own ideas. Oh, here, Ryazan, Grand Principality of Ryazan, and Grand Principality of Tver, they're normally their own ideas. They do not have this in EU4, thanks to how the converter works. Norway, I continued. Norway made it again one country, put Vessel on that back in it, and I put him back on the throne because he only lost it because he did so stupid. And he is a Norwegian, and the lady that won it, well, sorry, but she is a Swedish. There's no logical reason why the Norwegian people would put her on the throne. I'm sorry, because I know I'm just opened up a huge war between, well, the friendly competition between the Scandinavian countries. Doing it this way also, by the way, gives some very nice claims, but we'll look at the claims a little later. Claim things are going to have fun by doing it this way. I made the main title not Bohemia but Poland. This gave them Polish ideas, and this gives the Bohemian Duke Bohemian ideas. Otherwise, he would get Bohemian ideas, and the country, the Kingdom of Bohemia, would just have national ideas, which was really weird. So, looking at the vassals over here, I made them almost always continuous. Lower Lorraine has been continued a bit. Saxony does have here a little bit of a weird province, but I didn't always change it, but yeah. All created some minor, the minor states here. In Italy there was some really weird things because a lot of the people within the HRE were, strangely enough, prince bishoprics or stuff like that, and they would all get the generic divine ideas. The Duchy of Köln wouldn't get his own normal ideas. So I broke up a few of those things if their lines were not continuous. And I gave some duchies, or made the duchy borders around. More or less no one suffered except for Brandenburg, who lost I think one province, but it's normally already the strongest nation. One of the strongest nation in the HRE, and thanks to the removal of Austria, Brandenburg is really powerful in the HRE, but it's not the only one, don't worry, he won't be alone. Another thing we have to do, of course, as I said before, in order for it to convert, all the wars had to end. So if you look at current wars, none is there. This has made Sicily again whole, and Armenia, well, Armenia won. And the Ilkhanate is now the Persian Empire, and I will tell you why I did that, because, well, we're talking about it. Armenia won, and Armenia won't like Persia. The different religion, friction, border friction problems, issues. That allowed me to say, you know what, let's put Georgia in there. And this is the only ruler I changed the thing around of. So that if he isn't Georgian, it otherwise goes really weird. But Georgia will now have Georgian ideas. And this man will become apparently Iraq in EU4. The High Chieftain of Mesopotamia. I just removed these countries from the rule of Persia. Actually, Baluchistan, I gave them one province only of Ilkhanate. The rest comes from G. And I gave them that back, this duke. And then you might wonder, why have you given Persian Empire? Well, the Persian Empire, alright, is normally this area. And now in EU4, when we convert it, it will have claims on this area, all of Chagatai and all on Baluchistan. Otherwise it would not have a claim at all. So yes, I gave away these countries, but otherwise it would have no claims on Armenia to conquer back the area, and they now have claims here and all over Baluchistan. So it more or less works out as a little bit of a gimping of the Ilkhanate, but not severely so. And strangely enough, because I give them the Persian Empire, you see these parts are supposedly belonging to them. And in EU4 that causes them to get an extra province. So in EU4 it looks even better for them than it does when we convert it over here. Made these areas continuous whenever was needed. Again, no one net gains one thing except for Chagatai, who gains one net province from the Golden Horde. Not incredible amounts that I've done over there. Toropets, yeah, because they won their war, they gained this area, for instance. Denmark, once again whole. All the wars over here have ended because there were some wars over here, and I simply had to end them all, otherwise it would not work out. And yeah, that is what happens. By the way, notice Mali. Yeah, this is Mali. Remember that when we come to EU4. Strange thing happened with that country, but we try. And, well, this is what happens. This is more or less where we stand in the conversion. Mainly, Some nations within the Holy Roman Empire made them more continuous, made them stronger to work together, not anger each other so much. There is no hallmark union, but Norway and Denmark, they have quite a bit of area that they can claim of one another, which is kind of funny. I think also Sweden has one claim on somebody. Same goes now with Ireland and what have you not. And well, Armenia, there are some claims all over around in order to change it all. So, having said all that, I think it's time to go on to hop into EU4 and see what happened with all the ideas and what have you not. Eh? I think that's a good idea. So, and here we are in Europa Universalis 4. The conversion has taken place. So, let's see what we have. We are the Ottomans. We have, well, Ottoman ideas. That's very good. Our emperor, all of a sudden, unfortunately, oh, you can't see that here yet. Well, our heir all of a sudden is 0, despite the game setting it back to the year 1444. And yes, I tried to put it in 1453, but then I get 2 Ottoman empires, and Lithuania all of a sudden inherited lands here, and the Timurids all of a sudden have lands in the... No, it goes all wrong. So unfortunately we have to do it. If we bring it back to the proper date, then the game goes wonkers and gives all kinds of lands that we have to a second Ottoman Empire, and Athens is back, and no, the world as we know it is broken. But it's not too bad, because Tutus, our wonderful, wonderful heir, who's also a 656. We have a 656 on the throne and a 656 heir, which is crazy, because if you don't know Europa Universalis 4, 666 is the maximum for a ruler, has been made 0. And Osman here has been made 55, despite being 37 in 1453. So I don't think Osman will live very long, unfortunately, and then we will get a regency. Which means we won't be able to expand very much. Yes, we will get some technology, but because it will be a regency council, we will not have a 656 truly on the throne. So, that's not too bad, and that the date has been set back. We can live with that. So, let's look at us. Ottomans, we have no claims whatsoever. This is us, alright? But we are quite large. And, oh, that's the Imperial mode. And Imperial Holy Roman Empire. It says Imperial map, but it actually means just Holy Roman Empire map mode, because there's so many other empires like us, because we are an empire title. That stays. So you can see all Sunni here, and yeah, we have a lot of Catholic. So you can bet your ass that we do not have a very high religious unity. Genoa has come over, and Kafar, though it looks exactly like the Catholic symbol, it is Kafar. Bretonia, or Brez, is Frascatelli. And Toropets is Lollard, even if the symbols look like they're Catholic. So Holy Roman Empire, this is the Holy Roman Empire, with its major nations as Brandenburg, who has no other claims, but a powerful nation, Brunswick, who has claims on Brandenburg, but Thuringia has claims on Brunswick, Saxony has claims on Thuringia and Brandenburg, the Hansa has no claims, but Holstein has claims on Brunswick, and yes, so I can continue this along, but as you see, as I click along, people have claims on one another. Or on enemies. Because England doesn't have the north part of France that normally starts with an EU4, but it does have parts of the south, and it has these 2 little provinces. Well, little, I say, but yes, they are, Dauphine and Waadt are both of England. And nations in the Holy Roman Empire have claims on them. As for idea groups, let me do this differently. Holland is the only one with Dutch ideas. Though Brabant has as major culture, I know, Dutch, it has German ideas as well as Gelder. Brunswick, unfortunately, also generic German ideas. Köln, as I have said already before, has divine ideas. Luxembourg has Luxembourg ideas, and that's what I've tried to do. I tried to keep countries that have their own ideas and try to keep them around, or improve them. Holstein has Holstein ideas. Hansa has Hansa-Celtic ideas. Unfortunately, Mecklenburg has German ideas, despite there normally being a Mecklenburg. Luckily, Brandenburg has Prussian ideas, so that's pretty good. Saxony has his own Saxon ideas. Again, Meissen, German ideas. Bohemian ideas, as said. Brno is now an individual thing. The Emperor is, as you already saw, Moravia, with only 2 counties, far apart of one another, but it has, Rome map, a claim on Brno. And it starts out as rivaling them most of the time. So I assume that Brno is soon going to die by the hand of the Emperor. Bohemia has no other claims but Poland. Poland has all kinds of claims on the normal territories of Bohemia and on what is now the Teutonic Orders. So that is kind of cool. So we could see Poland and the Holy Roman Empire perhaps having trouble. Byzantium. Holy heck, they have all their claims. All of them, but they only last for 50 years. And Byzantium, I already know, is 149%, so we probably won't be able to vassalize them in time enough in order to make use of all their claims, which is really unfortunate. Funny enough, they have Hungarian ideas. I like that the computer has done that. All of the nations over here, all the minor Russian states, all of them have Muscovite ideas. That's simply how the converter does it. All of them Muscovite ideas. Well, Persia. Persian ideas thanks to this, and not just national ideas. This is also one of the reasons why I gave it Persia. And interesting enough, as you can see, all the claims are around here now, and the bodies has one claim on Persia and some claims on me, and is, well, has Mamlukian ideas. But as you can also, I see, Western technology. Western technology. Western technology. And here comes Muslim technology, and then come the Indian group. Chagatai is Eastern. Eastern. Here, I think, no, this is Western, sorry. This is Eastern. Armenia is. Georgia isn't. Eastern. And then Muslim. All of this up here, even Sweden and Norwegian and Denmark are Muslim. So more or less you can consider Muslim actually to be this part of the map. Then there is nomadic. Golden Horde is just nomadic technology, so that's a standard. And the Western technology is actually around this area map. Because the Maronites also are Western. But I have to admit, Africa, or what you normally have as Tunis, is Muslim again. So it's a bit of, and here there's Muslim. But in principle, what normally is Western is more or less Western, except for the part of Scandinavia, which is Muslim. Even the parts of Europe that normally have Eastern technology are Muslim technology groups, with the exception of Byzantium, who is still Eastern. And the rest, well, Western has been expanded into the Ottomans, Armenia, Persia, and Egypt and Mauritius. By the way, didn't I tell you should remember about Mali? Yes, this is Mali. It leads 3 personal unions over the much bigger Mali. Yes, unfortunately, they have 2 times Mali. Songhai and Ghana. This is the emperor. It's crazy. Yes, it has land over there, but it's really funky the way that the borders are here. Mali. 3 areas with 3 very big countries as personal unions. I don't know if it's ever going to be able to incorporate them. Oh well. And yeah, Ethiopia, by the way, down here, Muslim. Makuria, Muslim. So yeah, it's definitely... Western has centered a little bit more around the Midland Sea. Also a few other interesting countries with interesting claims. No, that's not you. That's not you. Where was it? Sorry. Golden Horde, by the way. As you can see, Golden Horde is split up. But it, once again, has vassals in Barton, Pekka, Sorkel, and Targutai. And no, those are all the lands over here. This is Barton, and yeah, it's a bit weird how it has lands, but I didn't want to change everything around. But yeah, they have a few vassals, which is why the Golden Horde looks weaker than it actually is. The rest, everything is the same. Ming is what you have, and what have you not. But yeah, this is our game. By the way, Scotland still Scottish ideas, but Ireland has English ideas. Yes, there are some weird things that happened. Wow. Well, converting, it's because, well, some rulers were already of a different culture, and I said I only did it once changing a culture, and that was in Georgia. Oh shit, now I'm playing as Ireland. Well, I'll show you around a little bit on the map, and then, well, the next video we'll do it proper. But as you can see here, English is the main culture, the primary culture of Ireland. Yeah, that really shouldn't be, but... well, we converted it, and even for Georgia, over here, Georgia, its primary culture group is Georgian, luckily here, but it accepts Mongol and Alan. But for Persia, it's the same thing as for Ireland. The main primary culture is Mongol, then comes Persian. little bit weird. Even for Balochistan, the primary culture is Mongol, and they accept Baluchi and Turkey, because if we look at the culture map mode, they only have Baluchi in the area. Which is really weird. They don't even have Turkish, by the way. There's a random Turkish province over here, but they don't even have Turkish, and still they accept it for some reason, which I really don't get. But yeah, that is Balochistan. Mongol main culture, Balochistan second. Persia main culture, Mongol second. Persia. Ireland main culture, England secondary culture, Irish. Yeah, it's really funky. By the way, also an interesting note: Bohemia holds Danzig, right? And Poland has claims on it. Be noted, by the way, that a lot of the countries that you normally expect to be able to be popped out of a country are gone when you convert something. There is no, let me see here, Ardalan is existing, Bohotan, and Karakoyunlu. Karakoyunlu can be popped out here, but Iraq, no, doesn't exist. This is all that Iraq has. And if you look at claims, if I may, thank you, it's only northwards towards the Ottomans. So yeah, some countries look really different. So every time that we have to make a peace deal, we really have to look very carefully what we're about to do. But this is our new map, and well, interestingly enough, also by the way, of course, I should show you the Russian states, who sometimes have claims on one another. Oh, that's Turov again. That's the one that actually doesn't have any claims anywhere. So yeah, sometimes they have claims on one another. So, and seeing they're all of Muscovite ideas, but all in a Muslim tech group, I guess it's gonna be a lot of manpower with, well, backwards technology comparison to the Ottomans. I hope you're excited for this. I am, because we're going to dive right into it. And, well, as I said, we are going to do the Sunni Roman Empire. We're going to be like the Roman Empire and conquer all. So we want to conquer up to the Rhine, which lies over here. This is the Rhine. So, more or less, all the way up to here, we want. So I'm not sure if we're going to take Holland or just leave with Zeeland, but about that, all of it, we want ours and all around the Midland Sea. That's what we're going to focus on. That is our goal. The Sunni Roman Empire, perhaps even England, up to the Adriatic Wall. We'll have to see how far we can reach, because, well, the last thing that we have to look at, and I'm sure you want to know, that's my manpower. I would like to have it by total. We are the strongest nation by far in the world. Bar none. But luckily, the second nation in the world are the Kyrgyz. Over here. So I think they're going to reasonably run over India, because they're Muslim technology and everything else here, no, except of course for the one I click on, Balbans, everything else here is in the Indian tech group. So yeah, I assume that Kyrgyz here will become, well, an interesting ally. We probably first want to ally Persia against the Badis. Hopefully they won't rival us, because we do have a border province where we touch borders. But we first want to use them to get to Takavan Badis, and later on we'll probably want to betray them and go for Kyrgyz, and then see. We're probably just gonna conquer up on the Tigris here, because normally the Ottomans do get an idea for that. Like a mission, and a mission where they want to take all of Iraq around the Tigris, and they get one for the Levant, they get one for the Egypt, and then they get one. They get so many good decisions. Let's see how far we can take the Ottomans and make it a true Sunni Roman Empire. And I hope to see you, well, in the next episode of this new series. And please, seeing it as a new series, do leave a like, do leave a comment, and perhaps even subscribe, as this is how you find my channel, because I really would like to know what you want to see. And in the meantime, I say I thank you for watching, and remember, great peril yields great beauty.